Alright, I am Rodion. It's time for the patch notes. The twinning threads. only fix incorrect translations and still passive and keyword descriptions for Moral Tower. Alright, so we have the IDs here. I haven't opened another thing. So they are bleed sinking. And of course they have their tower, different towers. So rogue and blue. So that's bleed and defense level, and then sinking, and then ruse SP. Okay, well, we'll go to the tits where, but it seems like there's a lot of reflection. Don't use critique during this. Meursault just only has rogue, I guess. Wow, it's just a 2-star, but they inflate it to a 3-star for no reason. They don't even give them the other Fauvist. I know this is a higher rank, but they don't even give the other stuff for the Fauvist. I haven't even read their kit yet, but already I see a big issue with some of the stuff here. Just insulting. Make them a 2-star so they can be cheaper to upgrade if you're going to make them be worse than the 3-star in the same patch. Just like with that from Sinclair, who is only what was it? Tremor neutral, and he might get +3 burn talent if you have enough on his still 2. And that he's neutral on his still 1. And, oh man, should have been a 2-star. Alright. And there's the PV, and alright, so that's it. Nothing new then. Just the normal stuff. So no new posts. Alright. So I go for the Twinning Threads thing first. Alright, no. Let's try to get this out of the way first. A single toy still won? In 2026? I thought they all make them the same, like 2 toy ones these days. No, we have reuse. Oh. Wait a second, that would be pretty strong. Or of course, the thing with single toys that usually with the newer ones, I'm saying newer ones, thinking of like Edgar Family Dregger, have a higher base compared to the 2-toy ones. So that means they would be easier in some situations. So it's good that they have more variety by bringing back 1 toy and still ones. And it has a reuse to make up for the damage lost compared to a 2-toy. But that's also pretty bad for sinking, since it's potency only. So I feel I should read the standard passive first. So mentorship. Turns our day without homage equal to number of ring student identities on field. Student ones. Is there a mentor? Turns out randomly apply number of ring student identities on field, offense level up or defense level up to any of the X of the ring student identities. Alright. The passive. Refavroms Total Savage. Combat end. Inflict Pellet Vibrate. Next turn to enemies that have Molotov Rogue, Molotov Brew, and Touche Hare simultaneously. Does it have all 3 of them? Triggers X plus Molotov Rogue and Molotov Brew each. Inflict Y Pellet Vibrant instead. Okay, so I'll read the first part for now. So it's an on-hit effect for the Mauled Towers. If I look at still 2 here, especially on our primary towers, the more damage for every X types of negative effects on target. The more damage the target has Pellet Vibrante. The more damage the target has X plus types of Mauled Tower. There's only 2. What's if the 3rd one counts as 1 as well? So that was this one. I'll show you how they take more HP and SP damage for bleed and sinking effects for your X stack. Turn end lose X stack. And of course, these are when hit, gain X potency of each one. The turn ending defense level down for Y stack. The other one's turn end lose X SP next turn for his Y plus stack. Nothing for Sandyless ones, unfortunately. So not instead of it's just that lead room damage of SP. These are things sinking, you know. Okay, it's continuing with their kit now. Oh man, I just drank some water, pardon me. But there is sinking talent on the second toy of the still free. Still 2. Still free doesn't have a sinking count on it. So it's similar to, I would say, the index, where sinking is just there for mirror dungeon stuff. Okay, so single toy transport counter. Okay, so that's bleed potency, Molotov Rogues, and then second one sinking count, Molotov Blue, inflict touche hands that targets X plus types of negative effects. Alright. Of course, is the take more HP and SP from bleed and sinking. Okay, and then we go to let's read the second part of this one now. So we already talked about how to get the Molotov, both Rogue and Brew, and Touche Hands was inflicted by party. That's from the still free. So if you use still free, it flies all of them. So that's Le Frazum de Rotor. Do more damage for X types of negative effects on target. Targets do more damage to target's Pellet Vibrante, which is the one for them all, I'm pretty sure. For you, target's X plus types of negative effect. Activate burst fourth depositing crimson under your skin. Then 20 power for X bleed plus sinking on target. First toin bleed Moltower Rogue. Second toin bleed count Moltower Rogue. Third toin sinking Moltower Blue. Fourth toin bleed count and touche harde. Next turn the X plus types of negative effects. On hit also touche harde, which it was X stack. I don't know how much stack it's going to be, but you can get up to 2 stacks with this. And let's read the so turn end. Den Velfevism Maste de Loop. If any of the X functions are met. Inflicted Palette Vibrante X times. Okay, so that is. We're going to have all of that. Use Strategic X times. Use Burst 4 if the posting crimson under your skin. So when we go over here to the defense real trick. So trimming the medium. That's with counter. You always if the target has Palette Vibrante. Whereas if it does not have Reflection, targets the X plus negative effects, affects as Strategic, which is this one over here. So on you, saying final power for X bleed plus stick on target. And there are 2 toin trashable counter. Okay, they're so dumb for those. The first one, bleed Moltower Rogue. Inflict even more Moltower Rogue. Target does not have Moltower Rogue. Second one, sinking Moltower Blue. Inflict even more Moltower Blue. Target does not have Moltower Blue. So if you're starting off and you don't have any statuses, instead of using the still one, you might consider this. But yes, don't gain any count. But it will start off with the Moltower, so that can help. And Streak, this is the one that if you don't have the Reflection, which is not used for heat during this turn, has this effect. Turn heal SP. Turn end lose X stack. When this expires, then Ramage. Next turn equal number of ring suit identities on field. Ramage. Turn start to remedy offensive or defensive up for every stack. Turn end. Stack expires. What's the tap for that? Well, I don't know, but I do feel like it leans a bit too much into having the ring students. I'm guessing that's part of their thing being a mentor, I guess. I'm assuming the person who's supposed to represent will appear in the story. But, yeah, it seems like they're pretty heavy reliant on having students on the field. Which is fine for faction ones, yeah. Having other people of the faction. But, maybe a bit too heavy into that? Well, I'm assuming it's just for bonuses. I'm assuming they can work fine without them as well. Alright. Oh, the passive just inflict more Moltower Rogue, Blue, and Touche Harre. Okay. So what? Okay, yeah. Then we're present Masse de Loup. Yeah, this is their, like, special, similar to the high shields, I'm pretty sure. They put the mask on. Minimax speed, inflict more bleed and sinking potency. Not count. Potency. On hit, there's X. Oh, okay, here's where their count is from. They have X Moltower of their blue or rogue. They inflict more of the count for sinking and bleed. No, it inflicts on hit. Okay, I don't know if there's a tap or if you need a Y. Okay, so that is the thing that'll help them with the sinking. So will they actually be able to keep up sinking? That's the question. Okay, where was I? So, of course, that is a negative status effect. So you have to make sure they're attacking the same target. If you probably also want the Meursault on here, but he only inflicts rogue. According to this, so that is a bit sad that he can't also inflict at least one proc of it on a still free. No, he just doesn't. He only inflicts a Moltower with a still free. Oh no. Okay, so let me just over here. So this is the Palette Vibrante, which happens when they have all 3 of these. So taking more damage from ring faction identities, attackers both in the ring faction and in Stool of Favoritism faction take even more damage instead. Combat start remedying bleed sinking. Bleed. Oh no, that's potency. Oh, bleed and sinking potency, or bleed or sinking count for every stack. Combat ends. Effect expires. Halve Moltower Rogue and Moltower Blue stacks on this unit. So how then? Does it also stack with the lose X stack at turn end, or no? So that could be a big deciding factor for this unit. I thought it would still be good anyway, but now we still have their still free. No, I didn't cover critique fully, did I? You wanted to target as Palette Vibrante and trash power up and final power. No, trash power with Palette Vibrante as well. And final power for a bleed plus sinking conditional, and trash power for X type of negative effects, and still ending Reflection. First one, reuse this one for every X type of negative effects on target. So it really is this similar to the still one. Of course, it's Wust, still free, and the defensive ones are Wust because they're a bleed unit. And the same for Meursault as well. Yeah, it's too common now. It's still free. Is going to be the damage type of the status effect and the counter as well. It's happening way too often, I feel like. Also, yeah, I know the heist shows had some very to be still 2 instead. But so what else talk about here? I already talked about that. Inflict a Molotov Rogue or Molotov Rogue randomly. Well, preferably we want blue, right? But they still want to fix Rogue, but there's a chance to fix blue. And there's bleed and singing potency as well. And touche heartache if this is the Exif Toin used. So second Toin used? I'm guessing on reuse. Don't know how many times it can be reused, maybe. It says reuse the storm for Exif and negative effects on target. Does that mean use multiple times or just gonna be one? Is this reuse this Toin for Exif and negative effects? Is there difference in wording here? Doesn't matter much. We'll see when it's fully released. And we still have the still free too. Burst forth the pulsing crimson under your skin. Unfocused volley, then whenever the X types and negative effects on target. So this is a normal one. This is unfocused volley. So no one knows if the target has Palette Vibrante. On you, stand 25 for X bleed persisting on the main target. First, Unbreakable, bleed Molotov Rogue. Second, bleed Count Molotov Rogue. Third, sinking Molotov Blue. Fourth, third point hits all targets. Inflict bleed Count and inflict Touche Hare. This is the still free exclusive. Oh no, also here as well if they have X types of negative effects. So that's gonna be pretty common, I guess. Okay, it was my mistake earlier. Yeah, I feel like the big thing is going to be the amount of the Molotovs they lose. Since this is since they are both like a negative, special negative status on the enemy for a lot of their stuff. Keeping the I'm assuming they're fine for bleed. They have bleed count first toy. First still, of course, you can swap out for potency over here. The Molotov, but if you have enough Molotov, it inflicts bleed count. And if it's blue, sinking count as well at turn end. So, or no, was it on hit? Was it on hit or turn end? Let me see. Yeah, that's only if they have the Favume Master Loop. So if they have that, then they inflict that if they have enough. Of course, Meursault over here got shafted hard. He should be a 2-star. Okay. Since he's already free. But no. Let's make him a 3-star. Yeah, sure. So towering preparations. If you have a Mass Dishen, gain base power. Unused targets X plus bleed for sinking, then toy power. And then potency for bleed sinking, 2 toy. I have a base up with Molotov Row. Okay, wait. They only inflict it they only have it on their special, like, they have the 2 different ones, but he has it on hit. Chances inflicting negative effects with the still. Okay. Turn end. If you have inflicted X Molotov Rogue Density counter, then Refazoom Mass Dishen. Turn end. Density counter. Is that permanent then? Oh, the one for X Molotov on target, inflict more bleed and sticking potency with base stills. For hitting base still targets not have bleed, inflict bleed count on target. Oh, okay, this is actually pretty good for the bleed thing. Since if when you inflict your potency or count, you already have one of the other one. So this will give them count before giving them the potency. Okay. Okay, no, if they don't have bleed. So if you hit with count, and they'll get 2 count ends with the initial count, and then they'll get another count. Well, but they have potency here. But if you lose that first coin, I guess, or the, probably so Toin power, and this one is Toin power, bleed sinking. Deal more damage. This is damage percentage for negative effects. Bleed potency. Second one is bleed and sinking count. So they still inflict sinking, but they don't have what tower is it? Maul tower blue. I almost said rogue tower, but no, it's Maul tower rogue and then Maul tower blue. Visceral strokes. Deal more damage to X types of negative effects on target. Does not have Molotov Rogue, gain flash power. Does not have. They 20 power for X bleed but sinking on target. So bleed potency, second one, bleed and sinking potency. Third, bleed count and sinking. No count though. Really? No count for the still too? Okay, third toy here has it. Without zoom, reveal submission. The more for X types of negative effect on target. Then 5 for X bleed but sinking on target. I was at X% X HP. If target's Y plus Molotov, use 23 additional time for more wall tower and count. Alright. All tokens on still to unbreakable tokens. On hit when you, with the Dane token, randomly inflict mod tower on target divided by Z, sinking bleed or sinking potency. Okay, so of course I don't know how much sinking that count that would be, but so far not that it doesn't seem to be too good for sinking. Besides, if you have the file zoom and you hit them when you have enough of Rodion. Here it's just still 1 and still free reuse though, so that's. Yeah, I think that was it. The Molotov. They should be very good for bleed. And there's a good alternative to Blood Fiend, since this overlaps with the Princess and Prince of Womacha Land. But of course, Meursault over here got shafted. But of course, he's a student, but he's still a 3-star. And considering Ringy's song, well, that's before they had some special effect. This one, they have their special effect and just sort of fails at it. Or he has a lot of rogue, but no blue, because he's a student, I guess, so they don't know blue. The color blue doesn't exist to them, and he might fail his exam. Oops. Okay, so there's this permanent message. First, start. Ring Fauvist, Docent, critique still. The Ring Fauvist result gains imperfections address. Oh, actually, then critique. Oh, okay, so that will actually critique, and Meursault will deal more damage on reuse of a coin on the Ring Fauvist Docent row and critique still. Heal SP. If the Ring Fauvist Docent doesn't have reflection, expires. So on grading your students and giving them constructive feedback, Meursault deals more damage and heal SP on to improve their art. Wow. Okay. Long inspiration. He has left Zoom Master Chat inflict more Mall Tower row. Yeah, they inflict a lot of it. But if they're still free. Oh yeah, on hit as well. Yeah, inflict even more Mall Tower row. It turns you inflicts X Mall Tower row, heal SP. Use SPs at max. Saying blunt damage up next turn. Use heals SP's effect. So he is mono blunt. Rodion, I didn't look at this. They are also mono blunt. So we have the Pointillist being pierced as they have paintbrush. That's they poke people with. The Torpus have their human, no, just meat swords, which are swash. Besides from the string part from Telistro. Telistro was supposed to have their still 2. Oh no, it was Albina is supposed to have their still 2 be pierced, but for some reason it's swash. What are they doing there? Once they mess up the damage types, but they are mono. But hopefully this is accurate to the enemies being mono blunt. Is they just hit with massive. Actually, it's claws. They have claws. I'm surprised not a mix of blunt and swash, or maybe pierce if they're poking them with the claw. Or I think here just hitting them with the claw, like the side of it. So that's blunt, but they're winning too much into mono damages. I know these are animal claws. The blunt when hitting them heavy has the claws can slash, it can pierce, and do all three. But they choose the mono blunt, not just blunt slash, or hey, both have one poking still, so I can poke them. I just hit my desk. Okay, and he was SP with this effect. Okay. For one hour of the fastest speed on hit, inflict defense roll down for X type and negative effect on targets. That's downstairs then? I don't think I've seen that. Okay, passive inflict more of those. He's a rougher touch for this part. Nice and slow, don't let it break support passive. Apply the following fix to identify the earliest deployment order. If what's is of an odd number, inflict more bleed potency. If what's is of an even number, inflict more sinking. The identity is in the ring faction. Gain offensive up or defensive up at combat start. Okay, some more random stuff there. Alright. Make to see the full numbers, but compared to the Blood Fiend, which is a whole bloodfest for general bleed damage, the Fauvist relying on Maul Tower and only having what their main unit here, if it's bleu, is a bit. It depends on what you're fighting, I guess. Of course, bleed bloodfest also single target. You want it a lot of bleed so it can bleed out a lot and keep their count so you get more bloodfest. Yeah, but these trying to keep both bleed and sinking a bit up. If it keeps sinking up at least somewhat without need to spam Rhyme Shank or something, it should be fine. The unfocused volley over here might be bad because if they hit the talent one, no, there's no bleed sinking talent, but it might be bad for destroying sinking talent on ones you aren't targeting, you know. I'll leave it up. It should be good. They're modern IDs, dual status for Mirror Dungeon, Theme, Ego Diffs. They'll do fine. This depends on if you want to. If you have a newer account and you're not like an old player who has everything, it depends on if you want to go for these or the Blood Fiends. These are event ones, so the season 7 ones should be permanently available now in Dispenser. So you, for just collection's sake, and also for just for it takes up achievements for Mirror Dungeon for Ring, you're going to want to get these priority over the Blood Fiends just because of the exclusivity of not being able to dispense them until you have to until the season ends, but then they become unavailable for 2 seasons, I think, because they're event ones. So yeah, watch out for that. We have the Training Fred's normal notice. Greetings, dear manager. New content, chapter 9.5, Training Freds. The April 16th, 2026 TSC update. New content, chapter 9.5, Training Freds will be added to the game. So it's runs for about 4 weeks. Yeah, it's about a month. Of course, rewards will be open for another week. So, of course, through chapter 9, the event opens. The event page will open. So you're on Severed Fred, and then what is the? Oh no, where's the bigger one? Okay, yeah, Docent's not saying it here. Higher. Okay, for final stage, you're supposed to farm the final stage. Stage defeater, reward stage, event bonus units. Alright, see even more. Event gameplay, there's a theme pack, fixed turn 5th floor. Alright, no longer have fixed appearance, it may appear on different floors. Remember only good Severed Fred. And then what is the mention the other version of it? It's only where's the bigger one? Okay. Severed and Storchstein. Okay, it's just some yarn. Okay. And it goes into Severed Fred. Alright, of course, main story, you notice if you're not there yet. Main story, first trees with Divot. 4% Dane for just those two. The 20% bonus for the House Spires Ringers for Hongwu, Faust, student Yisang, and student Outis. So with those ones you can just get from dispenser right now, that's a total of 80%, but max at 120. So you're gonna have to of course once you get Meursault you can increase it, or you wait 1 week and get Rodion. Oh, pardon me, I just woke up. I'm having to stop to breathe more and drink some water. Yeah. Rewards 1,000 for that. The price is inflated because they're an artificial free star. 750, 600, 250, 200, 25, 20, 15. We'll still have like a permanent, like infinite, like EXP ticket exchange, and that's it. What do the comments have to say? I'm gonna retract this. We have and for making MD fun. Yawn. Y'all find anything to complain about. Pointillist post, by the way, post the patch notes already. Thank you, KJH. Void, it's one of these people. Ugh. Outis, Lunacy. I feel like press 2 buttons for hours. Wimps, please save me. That's the point. The event bonus to earn 2 units of any ring IDs. All the other repurpose bonus. So I just covered. Really now? We have a 7-page patch note over here. It's a standard patch note. So doing Zero Manager, same time, same day. With new content, new identity target extraction, Training Freds. That will last for 2 weeks. Then target extraction Dawn looks out 2 weeks as well. New announcer, Tira announcer of Taurus member. They will be removed from the pool and you have to do it from Yisang later. Alright, I'll just say still in the week and see the voice lines if you tear enough. New content, Training Fred, see it. Don't buy packages. New Dante's notes and actually hasn't there been I thought they stopped new ones, I'm not sure. Adversity eager for improvements. So adversity circle music stream but readjusted. 4. Turns out all enemies get 20 SP. So all enemies get 20 SP, enemies with all minus lose 15 SP instead. To 1 new eager be added to the Mirror Dungeon. 7 pre-existing eager effects will be partially changed. Please note, this new eager is not among those eager added for Training Fred's theme pack. Came for few such pre-existing theme packs. So the pre-existing ego diffs. White Ostipium. Okay, so this turn and next turn for these when unstaggering. Okay, that's good. Because it's sort of not really good in later ones because you want to avoid even flashing because they'll have unbreakables. But early on, if you're going for 5, 4, 1, this should be good to get more bleeds and don't for your trigger. It's running flashlight, so now it's turn start. Wait, this is a charge bearer one. So turn start. The effect identity is 2 charge bearer. The effect identity has a still that Dane's consumed charge count or unique charge. Wait, that was part of it? Oh, I always assumed it was just turn start. Dave's charger. No, but before they had to have charge. Oh, wait. And if it's still 1 Dane's flash power, Has still with dangerous assumed charge count. Unique types when still when they transfer +1 do tons of damage. Which unit has charge barrier, but turn and does not have charge barrier. It doesn't. It removes the let's turn start there. Okay, so it always get the 2 charge barrier, so that the 2 turn and stuff doesn't even matter. Okay, Doom Electric Sheep. Okay, this one is pretty useless. It means still by attack end of a slash or envy still. For 2 turns, letting a raise this unit slash still powered by 2 for the unit who uses still. For 2 turns, that's good. They also, yeah, Daring Cells, it's 2 turns now. That's good. That's a really good change, actually. Mana Shaped Music Box. When place the first support identity, remove that. So until the enemy that has resync count things +2 syncing count. Before it was the thing enemy of syncing one enemy with 3 syncing count, so that's way better now. That's from the theme packs, right? Yeah, it was a tier 3 one. This was a pretty bad for a tier 3. This has to be the first one. Okay, but no, that's for defeating an enemy part. But this Rinse Stagger, stagger turn start to all enemies. Yeah, that's fine, but the singing one was like pretty bad. So now over here. So effect applies only to the #1 identity. But then what about the other part then? I don't know what the other part for keeping that out. To use the recipe to exclusive artwork, the homeward, pure white canvas plus average artwork. So before it was headless portrait. And now it's going to be pure white canvas. So over here. So over here, this is this one. I have a +20 attack skill and an enemy of 15 plus speed, heal 3 SP. Yeah, but would it add it to average artwork then, the SP healing, or no? Because that is a completely different. Remove the healing like thing. Oh, here though. On hit with +20 still, the enemy that has 50 heal for SP. Because this really just added it to the fusion one. Alright. Now doing the effect in the pure white canvas, Ego Diff. Update with Bomb Ego ramps Regus passive effect. Darms are forced to no longer apply to assist units. Fixes where the House of Spires, Index Fire, Yisong's pure unlock stage VFX were not loading. Fixes you under where the game would trust on certain conditions. Circumstances. Fact Identities, LCE, Ego, AED, Dreger, Bomb Ego, Red Eyes, Apprentice, Ryoshu, Issue, Toss. Oh, alright. At 2+ Rumor Ending Resonance. LCE, Ego, AED, Dreger's passive effect price +2 charge tap next turn on all hours or deployment order than this unit. On April 2nd, we deploy a fix for following issue. Bomb Ego, Red Eyes, Apprentice, Ryoshu's unique keywords. Red Eyes, Apprentice are displayed twice each. With this fix, when LCE, Ego, AED, Dreger's passive effect applies to Ryoshu, it applies the total spawning buff stages instead of on the direct interact stages. Issue occurs when Bomb Ego, Red Eyes, Apprentice, Ryoshu uses its serious Spellbuster attack to force consume all Red Eyes, Apprentice stacks, but still gains higher stage versions of Red Eyes, Apprentice stacks due to LCE, Ego's, AED's, Dreger passive effect. With this fix, even after Bomb Ego, Red Eyes, Apprentice, Ryoshu uses its serious Spellbuster it's a serious Stillbuster. The Stillbuster. While Ego, AED, Dreger's passive now applies stage 1 version of Red Eyes and Peasant's buffs, respectively. This is activates the timing of Ego Diffs that increase max charge tap, rather than Ego Diffs, charge type gloves, heart power jewel. Cause issue cause. The mechanism behind the effect that raises the max charge sound tap is an invisible buff added at turn start to each unit that raised their max charge sounds. This is meant that effects that gain charge counter start or upon entering the counter for the first time, gain charge counts before the max charge count tap was raised, meaning that they would hit charge count tap before the tap is expanded by the issue above. This is activation timing of effects that increase the max charge tap to trigger before a counter start or upon entering counter for the first time. Issue where certain effects of Ego Diff Pure White Canvas do not work relevant effect. That side identity has 3+ types of negative effects, heal 6 SP instead. We having an issue. We have identified an issue where if the identity has 3+ types of negative effects, this does not trigger and it will be fixed with this update. Identity or target. Okay. So if the identity didn't have 3+, it didn't trigger. But now it will trigger this update. Our effects is functioning normally. So it was only working on enemies, not the identity. So now it works for the identity as well, if they have 3+. This issue where Dame turn become unresponsive when retreat or substitution occurs when fighting hidden boss invasions and meteors in extreme. What type of substitution? Issue where a meteors in extreme hidden boss still does not work as headed, will affect viewing the tableau. This issue where, when using facility projection, play a random animation time does not take animations from still 2 animation pools. Issue where, in stage 937 and 943, a certain enemy unit had interact passive description, effects were working as intended, this turns to only fix. I still haven't completed Rex and Rail Hawaii 1 block back. And did not master restrictions. Update restrictions to max to behavior. For enemies, everything there from Trizzer, proceeding Trizzer, adjust cell. Before on hit without tracking, heal 10% XP did not trigger. Remove said description. When we consider a consistent combat experience, we would just in restriction to match this behavior. Fix the issue where in specific gameplay environments, certain combat backgrounds could fail to well. Issue where we're reviewing rewards in the inbox in certain conditions, the game camera would malfunction. Update the in-battle meters and adversely affect icon to match the turret meters and concept. Issue where the meter achievements menu, the achievement progress bar is affected by hidden achievements. Improve the in-battle UI visibility and bright backgrounds. Okay. Yes. Oh man, just waking up for these is not too good. I feel like I haven't done it in a while. Usually I wait till midday some days, but oh man. Let's look at your times. Eagle buffs. Nice. That's just St. Spencer after the banner. Isn't ring T2 exclusive Eagles was the normal one, by the way. Now it needs ring Eagles of 1 for future Eagles. It makes total sense. Also on the same pack anyway. Where's the tits? Every week, please. Biblical levels of dread. Here's a whole of one new. No Maui. This Intervallo or the next one, we didn't see. The reason we tried to have headless ports was already in use on Nerf Fusion. Agents tainted eyes have been used for exception of Lunar. And sinking EU diffs the only effects of. Plus, like other person mentioned, it makes no sense for a Fiend pack. Oh, they removed headless. I thought they removed the. Oh, okay. Headless portrait. I thought they removed the T-wordless one, but no, the T-wordless one is still there. They did remove headless portrait. Oh, I thought it was the other one. I thought that the name says headless portrait. It's like, oh wait, it must mean the heal. No, it wasn't the healing one. It wasn't the healing one. Except for they need to have the T-wordless thing. Oh man. I got the ego diffs confused with all my Bible readings. I don't play sinking much in Mirror Dungeons, I guess. Oh man. So I didn't really cover Droom and Envy for still 1 and 2, and then Wrath and Pride. Yeah, I don't really think about too much about if it works with the other ring ones, if they're non-West stuff. I'm not yet, no. But anyways, I've been wildly I need to breathe more. Bye.